What's up, Everyday Blades? We have an old discontinued Kershaw here. And I saw this Kershaw in a pawn shop, and it caught my eye. I don't normally buy Kershaws. I never see any that I like. I looked at this one, and I was like, that looks like a ZT. Of course, Kershaw and ZT are from the same company. So I picked it up and played with it a little bit, and I thought, man, that feels like a ZT. That's one that slipped out of the ZT shop and made it into Kershaw. And I'm correct about that, except for a couple things. It is a phenomenal knife. It is made to the standards of a ZT, 100%. But it's got a couple of One, the lock bar is pretty tight on it. Not deal breaker tight, but it's pretty tight. So if a person wanted to loosen the lock bar pressure up, because when you grab this thing, you have to do the spider monkey thing, because if you even breathe on the lock bar, the knife won't disengage. It won't undo. Well, it won't flip open, is what I mean. You got to stay off that lock bar. If you're barely on it, it's not going to flip open. I've had people say that theirs does fine, blah, blah. Well, this one doesn't, and I've seen 10 other videos have the same problem. So some of them had this issue and some of them didn't. Mine, unfortunately, has that issue. Now, on a normal knife, that's very solvable, because what you do is take the knife apart, bend the lock bar out just slightly, put it back together and tune it till you get it just right, just where it still locks up, but it's not a booger to push over, and then you can have your fingers all over the lock bar and it'll open. Trust me, it works. Never do that on an integral knife. You'll run your knife. But this one is different. This one, the lock bar is part of, the over travel stop, which is freaking ridiculous to even have it on here, is part of the lock bar. There's no screws screwing it on. It's not a tab like it normally is. You can unscrew where you can bend it out. No. This knife, for lack of a better word, they built it in there. It's got a tab that's part of the lock bar hanging over here. So the only way is, this lock bar is different from most. This lock bar is screwed on to the scale. So you have to actually take the lock bar off to try to bend it and adjust it, and you'd never get it tuned right having to do all that and put it back. Because a lot of times when you tune a lock bar, you have to put it back together and check it. It's got a little play, take it out, bend it a little bit. Having to take the lock bar off every time to do that would be a nightmare, one, and you'd have to bend it without it in place. You'd never figure that out. You'd probably ruin your knife the first time you tried it. Also, the screws have red devil Loctite in them, because I tried to unscrew them and they're not coming loose without heat, and I'm not putting heat on it. Now, I've had lots of knives that I've just accepted the fact that you don't touch the lock bar, you just adjust your grip. And if you're okay with that, this knife is perfect. If you're okay with just adjusting your grip to where you're not touching the lock bar, like one guy says, you tell the doctor, it hurts when I do this. The doctor says, well, don't do that. Don't touch the lock bar. It's hard. It's easier said than done for us larger people with larger hands. Because I'm telling you, if you even slightly touch that lock bar, it ain't coming open. But anyway, that's that fun part of it. Let's look at it up against a couple other knives. Boing. Oh, where did my other one go? There it is. You can see it's a decent sized knife. It's almost as big as a Rat 1. Let's take a couple of measurements. And just so you know, a reminder, this knife is long discontinued. Probably because of that daggone lock bar. Terrible design. These designers need to use these knives before they release them. 4 5/8 inches and 3.5 inches on the blade. I don't know how long ago they discontinued this, but it's been a while. I've seen some really old reviews of this knife. That's what you get with pawn shop treasure sometimes. 3.5 ounces. Good to go. And let's check the sharpness of it. Now, it don't matter. It was bought 15 years ago, so I doubt it still holding an edge, but we always check them, so we'll just check it. Gotta move my fingers to do that thing. 160, I put a nice little edge on that thing. Use my little, what do you call it? Work Sharp handheld sharpener. Love that thing, the multi-sharpener. I've been using that for everything, man. I can really put an edge on a knife with that thing nowadays. But the long and the short of it are, this is a cool looking knife. The ergos are awesome. The action is awesome. Even the numbers for it, 7777, are cool. Made in the USA. Overall, backspacer is cool. It's got, standoff spacing on the backspacer. Looks really cool. Overall, this knife is cool, cool, cool. The pocket clip is a low pocket clip that's deep carry if you're a covert op. One other thing that's a little bit concerning is these screws thread into titanium. Or not titanium, this is aluminum. That's a no. That could cause a serious problem. One false move and you've ruined your knife. So that's a no-no. It's scary doing it into titanium. It's a no-no to do it into aluminum. Especially for a body screw that's actually holding the knife together. Not good. So, overall, would I recommend it? Yeah. For what they go for, I mean, you can probably get these for $60 now. I'm selling this one for, what? I think I paid $60 for it. I'm selling it for $70. I'd probably take $60 if somebody offered it, just to get rid of it. It's a cool piece of history because it's essentially a ZT branded as a Kershaw. With a few little, I wouldn't call them blemishes, or just characteristics of the knife that are not fun for me. But anywho, good centering. It's off to one side just a hair. I mean, it's barely noticeable, but cool knife. The engineering needed to be a little bit better. So even the pocket clip is threaded into aluminum. We don't do that. All right, it'll probably never be an issue the knife's whole life, but you just shouldn't do it just in case. Aluminum and steel together. You get it just a little bit crooked and cross-thread it, and the knife's destroyed. There's no way to fix it. So, guys, I appreciate you watching. God bless you and your families. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.